When we're listening, there's lots of different things that we could potentially be listening for, and this leads us to the various different listening styles that we could potentially practice. First, we could be a people-oriented listener. People-oriented listeners listen to understand what the speaker thinks. So we're listening to the message to come to understand how the speaker feels about their message. We're looking for their opinion, so we're much more likely to be attentive to the speaker rather than to the message. We're looking for what's important to them rather than trying to assess the message for ourselves. We might also be an action-oriented listener. Action-oriented listeners are primarily interested to see what they should do. They want to know what the speaker wants. Do they want votes, donations, volunteers, something else? These types of listeners want you to tell them what it is that you want them to do in order to fix this problem or in order to achieve the goal that the speaker is trying to achieve. So we're seeking a clear message about what needs to be done if we are an action-oriented listener. We can also potentially be a content-oriented listener. These listeners are listening to understand. They want to understand the message itself. They want to know whether the message makes sense. They want to come to know what the message means. They want to know whether the message is accurate. So they are wanting to just come to understand the message itself. And as a speaker, you have an obligation to represent the truth to the fullest that you can, because those content-oriented listeners are going to be watching out for that sort of thing. And finally, we can be a time-oriented listener. And time-oriented listeners prefer messages that get straight to the point very quickly. And they become impatient with slow delivery and lengthy explanations. For example, in your professional future, you might work in business and someone might have a very limited amount of time in order to speak to you. So you need to know how to get right to the point so that they can help you with whatever it is that you need help with.